Good morning, my fellow gods and goddesses. And this is Trent coming to you with some news you can certainly use. Last night, I was perusing several sites, and something came across my timeline that made me uncomfortable. Today's parents exhausted, burned out, and perpetually behind. In his recent advisory on parents' mental health, the U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek M. Murthy, said out loud what many parents have only fugitively admitted. Parenting today is too hard and too stressful. Of course, there have always been concerns about family well-being. And while some of today's parents' fears are newer, cell phones, school shootings, fent, drugs, parents have always worried about the children. So why has parental stress risen to the level of a rare Surgeon General's warning about an urgent public health issue, putting it in the same category as cigarettes and AIDS? Now, I'm Gen X. We've had some CDC warnings in our lives, but it was never about our parenting skills. And right now, it's such a public health issue that the CDC is putting it on the same level as the cigarette and AIDS crisis. Is it because today's parents face something different and more demanding? The expectation that they spend ever more time and money educating and enriching their children. These pressures, researchers say, are driven in part by fears about the modern day economy. And if parents don't equip their children with every possible advantage their child could fail to achieve a secure, middle-class life, what a hope, huh? The parenting style is known as intensive parenting, sociologist Sharon Hayes described it in the late 1990s. It involves painstakingly and methodically contemplating children's talents, academics, and futures through every interaction and activity. Scientologist Melissa Mikey and somebody else, I can't pronounce that name, that's the name that said. But we may have reached a point, the Surgeon General and other experts suggest, where intensive parenting has become too intense for parents. Parents are spending greater shares of their money on their children than parents did a generation ago, especially for extracurricular activities like sports or tutoring. They spend more time actively engaging with them, reading or playing on the floor. Though rich parents are more able to make these investments, the pressure to parents like this reaches across class, research has shown. Parents blame themselves when they fear they didn't measure up. A majority say they feel their children's successes or failures reflect them, and significant shares feel judged for parenting. The Surgeon General called out an intense culture of comparison, exacerbated by the internet. And let's talk about this. I like to talk about these influencer moms, these stay-at-home moms. If you ever come to a single woman or single man who's trying to raise a family's page to criticize them about not doing things the way you do, I really need you to step up. You are not, as a drag wife, you are not unskilled unpaid worker. You got so many freaking deals and product deals and so many things like that, that what you're telling us online is not actually what's going on in your house. You got maids. You have people helping you clean. You have people helping you cook. You have nannies. And those of you that say you won't bring the cameras in your house, so let people know that. Another problem in this situation is that grandparents are no longer in the children's lives. And you know what? I used to blame us. I used to say Gen X, we were just too hard on our kids. But shit, our generation was so hard on us. My daughter chose to go no contact with me. And over several perceived things that she thought I did wrong. And I had to learn to be okay with it. I had a whole nervous breakdown about it, but I learned to be okay with it. To have your child say, somebody you bore, say some of the most horrible things she said to me, will definitely make it so I never want you to speak to her again. Doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me someone that knows that everybody can't have good seeds every time. You can't. Jeffrey Dahmer had a mother. Gacy had a mother. Just because you mother their child, just because you birth a child, doesn't mean that child's going to come out and be right for society or good for people. My daughter's had the police sent to my house, has had me investigated, has called me everything but a child of God. I've given her nothing, bought her 2 cars. She's about to have a baby. She has so many mental health disorders, so many things we were working for her, she's about to have a baby. And the CDC warning made me think of her. Now, we are cut out of each other's lives. She hates me. She hates the mother that, I don't know, they were stolen from me for 10 years. So I didn't get to be with them for 10 years of their life. She ran away from home to live with me when she was 16. And she was still angry that I wasn't a part of her life all that other time and spent this time punishing me. There's only so much punishment I could take, especially after 45 years of punishment from the rest of the world and my DID diagnosis. So, yeah, I have to take all that stuff we bought for the baby, and I'm donating it to good causes, and I'm going to have to act like my child and my grandson don't exist because my heart simply cannot take the pain of her attempting to bring a baby in and out of my life. I can't do that. You know what kind of heartbreak it is to lose your child? I do. I've lost mine twice now. I won't do it again. I won't face the heartbreak. So to all you parents out there whose children are going no contact because you yelled, you weren't there enough, You didn't buy enough. And to this, I hear you. I feel you. And to the children who decide to go no contact, well, how's that CDC working out for you? You see, it takes a village to raise a child, and you're going to find that out real soon. It's not that easy. Having someone to pass your baby off to when you are stressed out is one of the best things in the world. If you come on my page with anything to say, I will eviscerate you. You know who I'm talking to. But the fact of the matter is, all babies without a village face danger. And now we have a CDC warning about our children that should make us open our eyes and see that these kids that are raising the kids are raising the generation that are going to destroy this world if Gen X don't step in. Either. I say, oh,